Hey, how you doing? It's Chuck at On Point Hostess. So in today's video, I want to cover one of the presses that I use. I get asked a lot of questions about how did you make that light holster and what kind of press did you use? So today I'm going to cover one of those presses and then we'll take questions from there. Just leave the questions below. Subscribe to this channel also, and then, we'll constantly make videos. So let's get into it. So this is the flat press that I use. Made it at home. Been using it for years. It's just made out of 2x4s and 3/4 inch plywood. That's it right there. That simple. And then I use 2 pieces of foam, sometimes 4, depending on how thick the mold is and how thick the light is. What I'll do prior to this is I actually heat the foam up so it's not so hard in the heat press before I press, and then I'll see it there. So there's 2 foams there. I buy all that foam from Knife Kits. Here's the bottom piece. So the bottom stand, let me show you the bottom stand, and then there's the top right there. So it's like 4 pieces of 2x4 and 2 3/4 inch piece of plywood. And those are, let me get a measuring tape here. So it's 12 by 12. That's how they are. They're 12 by 12. It's that easy, right? So what I'll do is I'll take the Kydex from the heat press, and then I'll lay it inside. Let me just get a piece of Kydex and show you. So I'll get the Kydex hot, and then I have the foam warm. Once the Kydex is down, I'll lay the piece of Kydex down, and then I'll put the mold on top of it how I want it to be. And then I'll take the top piece of Kydex and I'll put it on there. And then I take the other piece of foam, put it on there. I put the top piece on, and then I use these 4 clamps that I got at Lowe's. And so the key too is you want to do this before the Kydex gets cooled off, right? So then what I'll do is I'll just put 4 clamps on it like this, on all 4 corners, or 4 sides. I said corners. And then I'll clamp it down as hard as I can while the Kydex is hot, and then I'll let it sit until it cools. So one of the key things though is that a lot of people ask is, why do you get such good definition? Well, it really depending on what level you're heating your Kydex at. So this is the heat press that I use right here, all the way from China. We all have them. But what is the temperature? I mean, they're all different. I can't say. So I run mine at 410 for 75 seconds. So is that right for yours? I don't know. You need to do some tests on it. But the hotter the Kydex is, the better definition you're going to get. If it's too hot though, then it's not going to work. So, I mean, it's just trial and error. So once that cools off from there, we'll take it out. So, I mean, it's a pretty simple press. I mean, you can make it at home. Again, it was 2 pieces of 12 by 12, 3/4 inch plywood. And these are 2x4s that are also 12 inches long. So it's 4 12 inch 2x4s and 2 3/4 inch piece of plywood. So once it cools down, I'll take all the clamps off, and then I'll just peel it apart, and then I'll make the holster after that, and we can go into more with that. So this is the flat press I use. I'll do some other videos in the future on other presses that I do. If you got any questions, let me know. So that was my flat press. I mean, it's not a lot to it, right? It's 4 pieces of 2x4, 12 inches, and 2 12 by 12 pieces of 3/4 inch plywood, and 2 to 4 pieces of foam. So depending on how good a definition I get and how thick the mold is, well, depending on how many pieces of styrofoam. So sometimes I'll stack 4, sometimes it's just 2. And then I'll just squeeze the mold in there and then allow it to cool off. And then you'll get a nice definition. Also, I mean, from that, I'll make another video. You're going to have to mark it up and cut it and then bend the sides. So that's that right there. I just showed you for an outside the waist holster. But I also do my inside the waist holsters with lights in that same exact press. So thanks for watching my video. Please subscribe and like this channel, and then also pass it on to other people, and then go to www.onpointholsters.com and check out all our gear. Thanks and have a great day.